So we'll see how Blind Pick Banditos reacts to that. But again, on the blue side, it's going to be Blind Pick Banditos. This is Chobra here, your caster. We're going to run through the players real quick. Zimike is going to be on Sona, Talith PA on Darius, Elalya on Poppy, Jjaja on Udyr, and Aparkhurst on Kog'Maw. Gandair is my co-caster tonight. And who do we have on the red team here?
Well, in DominateDominion.com, League of Legends Dominion Tournament number 17, round of 4, Blind Pick Banditos on the left, as you said, and we have Death to Llamas on the right side. We have Volandum playing as Zyra, Take Your Pill as Alistar, Stormfallen playing as Xin Zhao, Rep PermaCharged as Jarvan IV, aka J4, and Nyx87 playing as Mordekaiser.
The interesting pick, and we do see Mordekaiser setting up to go bot lane. So we talked about how the rest of his skill set, he has a lot of AoE pushing abilities with his Mace of Spades and also a Siphon of Destruction. Gonna have good pushing power, gonna have good clearing power, but now the ult is really just gonna be used to kind of get the advantage in a duel, if ever, or during a gank, try to turn it back around in favor of himself for a 2v1. So it still has its uses, it's just not as highlighted per se. But again, his ultimate does give a life back. It's a good damage over time skill. And if you get the kill and you need to push out a little bit, that extra ghost is going to be really helpful. Or you can have the ghost clearing while you go channel onto the tower. So we'll see how next 87 uses that to his advantage. Meanwhile, top lane, we do see both teams have converged here and just getting some poke down.
Both teams exchanging some hits there. A little bit of a plant play from Zyra.
Not too much going down, but wow, Blind Pick Banditos actually has channeled it quite a bit without being disrupted too much. And the problem here comes in that there isn't too much ranged abilities coming out from DTL, but they do jump right in with some aggression. Stormfallen going to go down first. Elalya will get taken down, but doesn't have that ultimate just yet, so damage is going to be fully dealt. But Kog'Maw picks up another kill onto Alistar. Now it's a 4v2. No one from Blind Pick Banditos still has been taken out. Finally, Jarvan takes out that Darius, and Zimike going to go ahead and start zoning out Volandum as Aparkhurst goes to channel that tower, but Stormfallen comes in with that revive, picks up the kill, and should be able to pick up this extra kill here on Kog'Maw. The headbutt comes through, but the pulverize doesn't land, so Aparkhurst still has some time to run away, and that keeps Stormfallen absolutely occupied. Even though Stormfallen gets the kill, that has distracted him away from the rest of the happenings here at the window.
And with those revives coming into play, people are getting back up to this top lane here. Point still neutral at the 3-minute mark there. Stormfallen putting some damage on Elalya, but her giving him a nice stiff wet forward with the hammer there. The airborne goes off, but not terribly consequential there, and Elalya's going to go ahead and Paragon back away from there, while Parker's going to chip it, Take Your Pill just a little bit before moving up to the tower. Talith is going to get taken out, but he was low on hit points, unfortunately. There's not a lot he can do in that situation. Gets that ult, uses it right away. Volandum's got that right there, and throws down the crescendo for a stun. Take Your Pill, things not looking good for him. He's going to get bullied on out of there, and they're going to... Don't get too close to that Parkhurst! Parkhurst, I'm so scared. The painkiller survival method going to enable him to pick up the windmill.
Loose with 10 health is going to help channel this. Needs to get out of there before Volandum gets a really good snipe off. Aparkhurst will finally be able to port back, and Blind Pick Banditos does get a very hard-earned 3-cap. Meanwhile, in bot lane, we do see the Children of the Grave has been put on Jjaja, and that's helping Next 87 sustain through that fight, but Jjaja gets really low, especially after taking a tower hit. Now there's 3 people actually here in the bot lane. Nike's going to stay back and continue pushing his Rep PermaCharged and Stormfallen go for this tower here at the quarry, but Talith PA does come down. Rep PermaCharged decides to run away as soon as possible. Aparkhurst does catch Stormfallen. Stormfallen is a little bit sore right now, doesn't have level 2 boots, and so is going to start backing out as early as possible. And now there's some setups here at the Storm Show. Stormfallen gets a little bit caught, so decides to jump right in to counter that initiative, but is going to get burst down right away. There is diplomatic immunity from Elalya on that Alistar, so is susceptible to CC, but not susceptible to the damage, and the ult finally runs off. Elalya is still alive right now. It's doing some good damage. Does get bumped out. And can Elalya live? Does get a hero charge. And Volandum doesn't have the courage to just turn around and try to pick up that kill. Trying to run because Volandum believes he can get out. But a quadra kill finishes this fight in favor of Blind Pick Banditos. So Parkhurst getting a quadra kill on that Kog'Maw and going straight for the drill.
Parkhurst is a scary bottom lane. An equally scary top lane as well. picking up that quad right there in that game. PermaCharged and Stormfallen coming out to the drill to chase Kog away. Kog really low on mana right now. Aparkhurst doesn't really can't contribute a ton to fights right this moment, but they are going to dive for it. That PermaCharge taking a lot of damage there. Talith PA getting kicked out of the fight with that headbutt. Volandum hanging back, and Xin Zhao going to shut down. Stormfallen shutting down Aparkhurst right there. See a lot of damage getting splashed around from Mordekaiser. Surprise as Xin Zhao falls, and take your pill. Not looking long for this world either. Is going to go down. And Volandum's going to walk back to the point. Oh, no. Poppy happened.
No. Elalya does follow through, gets another charge, and gets that double kill, but is going to be disrupted by that passive coming out from Zyra. The passive dealing a little bit of a long-range true damage nuke. Kind of similar fashion as Kog'Maw, but it's a long-range skill shot. Stormfallen does come through, but the tower has been captured. Crescendo not going to hit. Elalya will eventually go down, but the Garrison has been thrown, and Jarvan does take a little bit of damage, but does get the double kill in time to channel on this tower. Talith PA comes through. Can he get the interruption? No. The neutralize will go down and just decides to poke at Stormfallen and return, and we do have a pause. I'm assuming a little bit of a connection issue or such.
Most likely.
So let's just hang tight. But, alright, so we do have a disconnect. What do you think of the game so far? And actually, what I'd love to do is take this time to kind of look at the builds, because in Dominion we really don't get a chance to do that other than the beginning and then the end.
Yeah, unless there's some. I try and bring it up whenever there's some downtime, but usually there's a lot of positioning stuff going on there. Pause is going to resume. We don't even have time to talk about while paused.
Well, game continues, and that is Dominion for you, everyone. Just a lot of action, fast-paced, intense matches, and it's still a 3-cap in favor of Banditos right now.
Although I do see a K just left a pick down there on Mordekaiser. Might be going for a DFG. There's some deforestation from Talith PA, getting that ult on Zyra right there over on the drill. This pressure that they're putting on the drill is really limiting Death to Llamas' ability to kind of push out and be active on the map, excuse me, from where they're at right now. Making sure that you sort of control your enemy's movements is a really good way to have an advantage in the game, and that's what Blind Pick Banditos has right now. Take your pill on the point. Stormfallen getting caught off the point a little bit by Poppy there, but not taking a very effective, crazy amount of damage. Stormfallen, though, is going to get that Poppy ult, and Zimike's going to help chip away at it. And take your pills on the point. Volandum's over there. He's going to throw down that Garrison to try and preserve that tower even longer. We'll see how this plays out. Take your pill is going to go down. Volandum's getting chipped away, and Poppy is going to pick up that kill. However, Mordekaiser down bottom seems to have been doing a pretty good job all game long. Things down there seem to have been pretty stable.
Yep, has been, kind of training pushes, I'd like to say, against Jjaja's Udyr, who has been known to push very, very effectively. So that alone is kind of a success, but at the same time, he's been forced to go back a little bit more often. He's always been a little bit on the lower side of health, not training very effectively, and does eventually give up this neutralize here. Is going to zone out Zimike, but look at this. Because he's focused on building up early damage, this Mordekaiser is super squishy, doesn't have Children of the Grave ready, and is going to get taken down by this Udyr and Poppy. If they can just get one or two hits, they do get the kill. And Jjaja and Elalya do decide to run away, as Jarvan does stick to this Udyr quite well. Jjaja not in a good place. PermaCharged does pick up that kill, but back at the drill, a double kill goes down. Once again, a multi-kill for Kog'Maw, and they're going to capture that for another 4-cap in favor of Blind Pick Banditos.
Talith PA, we talk a lot about him being the hero of the game, but this time it's absolutely Aparkhurst who is the nightmare. He's just cleaning up left, right, and center with that Kog'Maw. He's been having a great game so far. Zimike coming down to the bottom to try and delay this point from getting captured from a 3-man push right there. Looks like they are going to be able to secure it and slow down the clock a little bit there. Might have overextended a tad from that 4-cap. Now having a couple of points get captured in funny spots on that. But Kog'Maw, Talith, and Aparkhurst over there, dynamic duo, doing a really good job of keeping this point alive over here. Stormfallen taking a lot of damage. And Nyx87 coming up to the fight to help out, chase them off of that point there. He's got the Children of the Grave on Aparkhurst there. Going to go around and cut Talith PA off, but Elalya is there now as well, and they're going to need all the damage that they can muster to be able to deal with her. She is able to take down Mordekaiser, and there's just a sliver of capture left on that tower.
Yep. Meanwhile, the quarry was again taken by Death to Llamas, so it's back to a 3-cap for Blind Banditos, but they're in a really good spot right now. They can just hold on to this. They will be able to come out victorious. Jarvan actually not able to really capitalize on that own setup. Eventually gets taken down by Udyr. Udyr surviving with that turtle stance and a ton of regen and magic resist from that Force of Nature, getting that early, having to face Mordekaiser, and then of course Zyra also does magic damage. So very good item pickup coming out from Jjaja. Meanwhile, the drill has been neutralized and will be recaptured by Death to Llamas. So back to status quo, 3-cap for Blind Banditos. But can Death to Llamas come back from this? I mean, it's just been a steady decrease in their Nexus energy.
Yes, it has. Talith PA and Nyx having a little bit of an exchange down there. And the Nexus health has been just steadily dropping, and it's sometimes quicker than others, as Blind Pick has been able to pick up a 4-cap on more than one occasion in this game. And there's a multi-man dive for Aparkhurst there. We'll see if he's able to weather the Stormfallen up at the top there. Aparkhurst is going to go down, unfortunately, but it was a very bad spot that he got caught in, 1v3 up there. Elalya and Zimike are up there, but Talith PA is not around at the moment. They have a little bit of an opportunity. He's only getting there just now. They throw down a defensive Garrison on that point. Volandum doesn't quite catch everyone with that ultimate, unfortunately. Only does get one person, but Mike's going to go down. Talith's going to retreat above the point. Lalya's going to run in a circle over there for a moment before retreating back because she is low on health. And Death to Llamas is going to pick up the top. However, down the bottom end of the map, Jjaja has picked up the point.
Yeah, that's really good communication coming here from Blind Banditos. They started to kind of stall, and once it was confirmed that Jjaja was going to be able to pick up the Boneyard, you saw everyone just back out as much as they could. Zimike was just simply kind of sandwiched, not in a good spot. 2v1 right now at the Boneyard, but there comes the Garrison, and Jjaja should be able to hold this for quite a while longer, giving time for Poppy and Kog'Maw to capture that windmill. Again, really good timing across the map. It's not just at one tower that you see the communication, but right now, Blind Banditos, they're just timing the whole map quite well, and Jjaja actually does pick up one kill against Nyx87, but he does get shut down by Jarvan. The neutralize at the windmill, however, has already happened. They pick up a kill, and they're going to be able to recapture that. So again, just communicating, saying, you know what, I'll try to stall at this tower, give you time to capture the one at top, and we'll just keep trading back and forth to maintain this 3-cap. Meanwhile, Elalya dives on to 2 people here, had picked up that kill onto Zyra, but does get shut down by Stormfallen. However, it's still a 3v2 in favor of Blind Banditos. Stormfallen in a terrible spot right there, taking a ton of damage from this Kog'Maw. Take your pill, also going to get nuked down by Darius and Kog'Maw. Zyra tries to save with the snare, but not going to be successful and gets caught by the Void Oozes, absolutely slowed as Darius continues to chase through. And at this point, Blind Banditos doesn't even need to go for the tower. They just need to go for damage and stalling. They want to keep up a team fight so that Death to Llamas doesn't have room to get away from their spawn. If they can keep up the siege at the drill, they should be able to get this victory within the next minute or so.
Man, there's a couple of airborns going off right there to help control that fight a little bit. Several people dying at once there. Xin Zhao picking up the triple kill. He likes to get the high scores, and Mike's moving on down to this bottom point here. Going to help Jjaja out with Nyx87. Not going for the windmill. Figures I have enough time to be able to try and put pressure on here. I have my teammates heading up to the windmill. Jjaja's looking a little uncertain down there at the bottom. Want to come down, swing down there, say hi. You know, let Nyx not feel super comfortable where he's at. And Talith and Aparkhurst hanging around up at the top. They've been an excellent team so far this entire game. Talith PA getting in people's faces, keeping people back away from Aparkhurst a little bit. It's got that Apprehend to help him out with that. And Aparkhurst just delivering the damage one shot after another. Elalya is not going to get that Storm Shield. She's going to get airborne instead. And she get airborne a couple times. She could get airborne 3 times. Triple airborne on Elalya. She's very bouncy.
You have a lot of airbornes, actually, as a matter of fact, on this Death to Llamas team, but it's not going to be enough. They are going to head over to the windmill to try to get this neutralized. Meanwhile, Jjaja not in a good spot, has that Children of Grave on him, and the DFG, no, is not going to be able to finish off, but there comes the mace from Mordekaiser, picks up that kill. Now has that Ghost to be able to push through. The revive is down on Jjaja, so if Nyx can get a good push down here, he might be able to hold a quick recap for Death to Llamas. They only have 16 points, though. The fight at top, however, is going in their favor, it seems, for the time. Talith PA does get the dunk onto Zyra and now is on a chase for Take Your Pill, but Stormfallen has chased down Zimike and is going to go for this refinery, but not necessarily the best of choice because the revive was up for Zimike. Meanwhile, at bottom, Max does finally get caught having tried to push down that quarry, and Elalya picks up that kill. Elalya is going to start the channel here. Jarvan is going to come down, should be able to get the interrupt, but it's all going to come down to the action up at top lane. Take Your Pill is left open to charge up on this tower. Zimike does get the slow. Take Your Pill dives right back in with that headbutt, and there comes the damage from Talith PA. Picks up the kill as he retreats. Doesn't want to have to get caught by Stormfallen, and then turns around when Zimike is ready to help with the fight. 2v1, they pick up that kill. They're going to get the 3 cap up at the windmill, no problem, and that should be game in favor of Blind
They
People
only got to
Banditos.
hold it a little bit, and they'll be able to seal the deal there. Once they get below 10 health on the enemy Nexus, they won't have it anymore, but there's a push going on down bottom that has the potential to extend the game further right now. Next and rep PermaCharged. Nope, there is a Garrison. Jjaja shuts down any idea of them having a potential to stop the clock right there. And this game is going to go to Blind Pick Banditos. Blind Pick Banditos is going to advance to the finals.
It's going to be another finals with Blind Pick Banditos. Good game. And again, congrats to Blind Pick Banditos on moving on up there. So Elalya Poppy just celebrating the victory there at the enemy Nexus. So that's game for the semifinals. We'll be right back here with the final matchup. Let me just update the bracket. And that's going to be a best of 3. This is DominateDominion number 17. I'm Chobra here with Gandair, and we'll be right back.